Okay, so this monologue is quite intense, and I can relate to this one. So I really like this one. So I've only read it through once, haven't read it out loud yet. It's my first time reading it out loud. Not rehearsed or anything, obviously. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's from the play Have You Heard? So I'm going to be doing this now. Alright? Focus. When I first heard what happened to Josh, I thought, if he can stand up, I can too. It's happened to someone else too. 5 minutes later, I heard that it was a hoax, and I felt so alone again. So dirty, used, and alone. There's nobody out there like me. Nobody would have been stupid enough to let that happen. Nobody but me. My mom always used to say, you walk around with your head in the clouds or you're liable to get hit by a truck. Not she ever thought she'd be the one bringing the truck home. She dated Doug for almost a year. Thank God I didn't meet him in the first few months. I did, it was an accident, really. I came home early from school and he was there fixing the kitchen sink while my mom was at work. He seemed cool and nice, and I remember thinking, maybe this one time she found a great guy. Doug started showing up a lot after school, puttering around the place, fixing this and that until my mom would come home and with takeout for supper. I never talked much at first, but after a while I got used to him being there after school, and I'd tell him about my day. He seemed so interested. And I thought, this is awesome, like a guy to talk to. Not a dad, but kind of like a dad. I never knew mine, so any sort of pretend dad was cool with me. Never saw it coming, Never had a clue. The day he pinned me to the kitchen wall and kissing and touching me is so heavy, so strong. He smelled like stale coffee. His breath was everywhere. He was done. He kind of, cocked his head and smiled at me and said, I knew you'd be great. This will be our little secret. See you tomorrow. Then he turned to leave like nothing happened. Slid down the wall and hugged my knees. When he got to the door, he turned around. All warm, caring, gone. Just cold, steel blue eyes. He said, don't tell your mother. Then he smiled. We were begging for it anyway, and then he was gone. Didn't go home after school anymore. Stay in the library and do my homework. And hide. Mom isn't even dating him anymore, but it doesn't matter. Get home and I look in the kitchen and I can still see it all. Warm smiles, stale coffee breath, and cold steel blue eyes. Anyway, so I quite like that one. I'm gonna click stop.